Hey y'all, welcome to Crum Ridge Rimfire. We have a precision 22 shoot here on the second weekend of every month, rain or shine. We have targets from 50 to 300 yards. We have 4 benches and 1 prone spot. We can move one of those benches out of the way if someone wants another prone spot, so we could have 2. We've got a 24 by 24 shelter here. We've got some heat for the colder weather. I want to tell you a little bit about our logo there, why we chose the crow and the stars, and people's been asking. But down around the 150, 175 was an old home place. Nothing left but some foundation stones and some slate and the hand dug well. But the man that lived there was by the name of Star. Don't know a whole lot about him. My father-in-law lived in that place when their place burned down when he was just a young boy. And then the other end of the property, there was a 1-room schoolhouse that my mother-in-law used to talk about. Not too many people know much about it anymore, but it was called Crow because of the Indians in the area. And so that's why we decided to use those, and we implement some of those in our targets as well. It's a bit windy out, but come on in here and I'll show you what we've got going on. Okay guys, we've got this little mount for the phone that goes on the spotting scope, which is a Koa 533, just a 15 to 45 power. This is our first stage at 50 yards. You notice to the far left there's an orange plate. That is a cider plate. You can take those if you wish, or you can skip them. It doesn't penalize you or help you by taking or not taking them, and then you just work your way from left to right. If you miss a target, you re-engage that same one. So once everybody that's on the line has shot and completed this, we move on to the next stage. If you'll notice, every 50 yards there's a target like that, and those are a 2 MOA on the left and a 1 MOA on the right, and then the center is just another cider. That's for another course of fire that I may offer one day. And then to the left here is a set of rings that sometimes we swap out for the bolts. They can be a little difficult. The next stage, and I apologize for this moving around, this is kind of difficult. 75 yards, we have the rectangles. The newest targets that we have, you see, are the squirrels down below it. And this is one of the bonus targets there to the left. That is a shoot through the hole. I don't know why we're not clear. I believe the largest hole is 7/8 and it goes down to 3/8. It's pretty difficult. And then after we shoot 75 yards, we jump over to 100 yards. Same thing, you've got a cider plate on the left, and the small, I believe the biggest one is 5.5 and the smallest one is 1 inch. There's that 2 and 1 I talked about, and you notice we've got a KYL here that we can implement sometimes. And then we go on over, and there is our 125, which is triangles. And then after 125, you go on over to here, and there is 150 yards, which are squares. Come on now. A little bit of a delay trying to get it focused. It's kind of difficult there because if you miss, it's kind of hard to see where you missed on those small ones. Then after 150, we jump over here to 175, which can be a little bit tricky with the centers being gone. And I don't know if you can make out the smallest one, but it's a little fish. So after 175, we have 200, which is fire hydrants. A good friend of mine made these for me, and I'm real proud of those. And I've recently put down mulch behind most of the targets to help with mowing and weed eating, but also help with calling misses a little better. And then after 225 or 200, we have 225 above it, which is stars. And the targets to the right are just some old center fire targets that I've had for years laying around. And then we go on up, and you will see 250, which we call road signs. And if you notice, there's a black crow against that tree. That's kind of an unseen one that I like to do sometimes. And then 275 I call a galaxy. got a sun, or a cloud, and then a moon, and a smaller sliver of a moon, and then I don't know if you can make it out here, but the smallest one is a lightning bolt. And then 300 is our diamonds. And I don't know that anybody in a match yet has shot all 5. And you'll notice a couple of bonus targets. The 350 back there with the wall, there is a coyote, and the 2-in-1, and you'll notice a diamond up there at the top. That is just shy of 400 by a yard or two. That's just to play around here when I'm out by myself. And 325, there's a howling wolf. 308, there's a coyote. And then I believe that block O and I believe crow is like 283, and then 263 is, I can't even make it out through the scope. It's a fish and something little, maybe a T for Tennessee. And then 233, which is a squirrel and a larger T. And then 212, one of the wind flags is a little messed up. 163 or 182 is a star, and not even sure. These are, I'm able to move these bonuses around, but anyway, show you around a little bit, and we'll take it off there for a minute, and there you can see. So if it's something you'd like to give a try, we'd love to have you come down for a visit sometime. Thanks for watching, and hope everybody's doing well and happy with whatever you're into. Forgot to mention earlier, if someone clears all 5 of them in 5 hits in a match, they get this challenge coin. Thanks again.